clicking on an option is quite a useful option as well. Okay, so I'm going to save and close out of that option there. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is create a new business calendar. So let's go into the business calendar option. Okay, now I've already got a default business calendar in there that the system creates when we create the company, but I've clicked the new button on the toolbar and I'm going to key my own calendar in, and this is going to be called Live to Work. Okay, now it defaults to being 9 till 5:30 Monday through Friday. We're actually going to change that because we want it to be 8 till 8 p.m. 6 days a week, so Monday to Saturday. So I need to click the days I want it to work, and I then need to basically change this. So I normally highlight the first part I want to change and then use my down cursor key to change the hour down basically. Okay, and then for that I'm going to do the same thing, so I can just keep arrowing down till I get there, or I can just, like I did on that one, I'm highlighting the field and then just hitting 0 basically on my keyboard, and it then sets it to 0, so I don't have to go all the way through. But I can still use my cursor keys if I want, but it's a little bit long-winded when I'm doing it for the minutes, or if we were changing the hours by quite a long way. So now that I've done that, and now I need to change this to be 8 p.m. Okay, so again I'm using my cursor keys to do that. I could also type it in as well. So there we go, I've set up my calendar Monday to Saturday, 8 in the morning till 8 in the evening. And I'm just going to save and close out of that calendar. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is have a look at holiday calendars. Okay, so we've got a few in here at the moment. Now the one that we're interested in is the England and Wales bank holidays 2006 to 2008. Okay, if I double click that, it takes us into detail for that, and we can see all the holidays that we've got marked as being bank holidays for us in England and Wales. Now maybe that your company or the company you're setting up doesn't have bank holidays off, maybe they work through the bank holidays, so in that case you probably want to delete them through here. Again, you could either right click to delete one, or you can use the delete button on here. Also you can add a new one by clicking that, or just by going onto the bottom line and keying one in. Now what we're going to do is add a holiday for the 1st of August. So we'll just call this August holiday. And then on this drop down box, if I use it, it will come up and show me a calendar view. So I can now put the 1st of August 2008 in as a bank holiday. When I'm happy with that, I'm going to save and close, and then we're going to then create a service level agreement. Okay, so again we've got a default service level agreement. We're going to add a new one, so this time it's just a list view, so I can just key this in. So we're going to call our service level agreement open all hours. We're going to assign our new Live to Work business calendar in there, which is our Monday to Saturday 8 till 8 calendar, and we're going to just use the England and Wales bank holidays holiday calendar, which will now have our new bank holiday in that we've just created. Now we can also say what our response time is, which is going to be 4 hours. So I key that in. So basically, by using these business calendars and the holiday calendar, it's it's going to use that in our CRM when we're logging cases, which may be support calls, fault calls, things like that. It's going to use these calendars to work out what the time we should be fixing that is, what the SLA is on that case to fix the problem. So obviously, if we work Monday to Saturday 8 till 8, and someone logs a fault call at 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, then we're still responsible to answer that call by 8 o'clock in the evening, because that's our 4-hour SLA. Whereas maybe if we only work Monday to Friday 8 till 5 and someone logs a call at 4 o'clock on a Friday, then we're not bound to fix that until the Monday morning. Also, if the Monday happens to be a bank holiday, it would use the holiday calendar to work out, well, we're not going to fix that problem by the Monday, but that's going to roll on to the Tuesday. So by using these things in here, the things that we previously set up, the calendars, it basically shows you how it will come together when you actually set up an SLA. Okay, the next thing we're going to do are territories. So we haven't got any territories in there at the moment. Again, this is a list view basically, so we can just key these in. So we're going to have Scotland, we're going to have Northwest, we're going to have Midlands, we're going to have South, London, and finally we're going to have Wales. Okay, so I've keyed all them in and they all default to active. So when I'm happy with that, I can simply save and close. The last thing we're going to look at are the preferences. Now these preferences basically hold, for the CRM preferences, are basically to do with our filters, such as we have a filter on calendars, cases, activities, things like that. We'll cover filters when we go through and have a look at the actual transactions in the CRM. But these are basically, this is where we can come back later, and if we set up multiple filters, we can actually say which one's going to be our default for us, for our user. So basically when we go into the calendar, what filter does it load up? What's it going to show us in the calendar? The other things that we've got in here are whether we want to see in the opportunity dashboard, which is sales opportunities, whether we want to see sales or profit figures in there. So that's the setting for that. And the only other thing really in here is the color that we want to have for our cases. So what we're going to do is have our default activity and case color to be red. So anything in the calendar that we do, well, I do as this user, will show as red. And the other thing that we're going to do is have our default SLA to be our new SLA that we just created, which is our open all hours SLA. And the other thing that we need to check is that we're showing our opportunity values on revenue, which is sales. Okay, when I'm happy with that, I click the OK button, which returns us back to the main menu. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is go and create leads and prospects. So jumping from the setup, because we've been through the setup option basically, we're going to go right to the top of the CRM menu and look at creating a new lead. So I'm going to double click the new lead option on the menu, and that will basically launch a new lead screen. Okay, so in here we're going to give it the leader name, which is going to be Toys International.